Hey everybody, time to review the 2012 NBA Draft first round. I'm Paul Grosser from the Best Sports Blog and Bleacher Report. This is Loki the puppy who doesn't like to be left alone. As you can see, he likes giving me kisses. So let's review. Who are the top picks? Well, obviously we have Anthony Davis, who's an A pick, clearly. And you have Bradley Beal was another top pick, and Harrison Barnes. Those are the first three I want to talk about. Davis is a potential franchise changer for New Orleans. Really great pick at the front. He was the number one overall guy, and it was a no-brainer, but still give him the credit for pulling the trigger. Beal's a Ray Allen type player who could be an Eric Gordon guy as well. Good shooting guard who can shoot from range and be a great complement to John Wall. Harrison Barnes, really good swingman, top talent. Could have been the number one overall pick last year. Really special player who is going to be a key part of that Golden State rotation. Also talk about a few risky guys who really might pay off, A-type picks. Andre Drummond, who has a lot of risk but an enormous amount of upside at number 9 to the Pistons. Alongside Greg Monroe, you have to give them a lot of credit for taking the plunge and being willing to do that. They also have Austin Rivers and Jeremy Lamb, two swingmen type players. Rivers is really more of a shooting guard who can also handle the ball, but in New Orleans he's going to be asked to be a cocky scorer, and that's really something he can fill. And Jeremy Lamb for Houston, Terrence Jones for Houston as well, and Royce White. Houston really got a lot of assets today in the middle of the first round, and the Rockets are going to use those players along with the guys they already have on the roster to possibly get Dwight Howard or Josh Smith or Pau Gasol or some combination of them. So Houston is really going to be looking to get established stars and make a run for a title at some point, and all those players are going to help them achieve that. Also, a shout out to Boston for getting Jared Sullinger. That was an A pick. He fell, and everyone understood why he fell because he might have had injury issues. But for Boston, for picking in the 20s, Sullinger is a perfect bridge over to the new era, and he's going to be a great player along with Rajon Rondo, no doubt. He's almost like a poor man's Paul Millsap in a lot of ways. Very skilled, solid player. Other picks that were good, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, that was a good B plus pick. Gilchrist is an effort guy. Is he going to be better than Bradley Beal or Harrison Barnes? Is he more talented? It's hard to say that, but you know that he's going to give you a lot of effort. He looks like Gerald Wallace right now, and if he can get a better jump shot, then he could end up being Scottie Pippen. So you have to give him a lot of kudos for making that pick. You also got to like Kendall Marshall and John Henson. Marshall is going to be the successor to Steve Nash in Phoenix, and he has the passing ability to do that. And you also have to like Henson because he's a great power forward who can defend and who can rebound and also block shots, which is going to be really helpful. And Tyler Zeller, the center, that was another good pick. He was originally went to Dallas, but he's going to go to Cleveland, and you have to give Cleveland credit for possibly being the successor or a compliment to Anderson Varejao. You want to go? Okay, you can go. Other picks that were pretty solid. Sacramento Kings getting Robinson in the first round. You have to give them credit for getting a guy who can help them succeed and is going to be someone who can play. But at the same time, there were other upside guys at number 5, including Harrison Barnes, who might have been more helpful to them. And the poor picks to go over. Damian Lillard to Portland at number 6. Barnes was still there. Drummond was still there for upside. It's really hard to justify getting Lillard, who is going to be a good future point guard, but not a guy people are thinking is going to be an all-star. Also, Portland got Myers Leonard, the center with a lot of upside, but a very raw and mature player, and there were other guys on the board who looked like they might have been done better. And last one, Miles Plumlee to Indiana. That was a bit of an inexplicable pick, considering that Marquise Teague was still on the board and they needed a point guard. So there are a lot of issues with that one. Otherwise, really interesting picks all around. It was a very solid draft with a lot of depth, so it's really hard to argue with a lot of teams who could really justify their picks, particularly in the middle of the rounds. A lot of B-type picks, few A's, as you can see, a few at the end who were a little bit problematic. Thanks. That's all. Check out the article that's linked to here on the description, and I'll see you all soon.